All right. So, as soon as I dismiss all of those unnecessary messages, wunderbar. All right. When last we were convened, you folk had just cleared out the vault stalkers who were attacking you here in the vault, somewhere in the extra-dimensional portion of the Kai family manor. There is there are a number of artifacts sitting in various pedestals and a sort of protective cage work along the hallway that you're in. Two of the pedestals that you have passed by are empty, but of the eight that you have fought your way forward past, six of them are occupied. There is a force wall down here at the end, and a very distant, very somewhat echoing sound of stampeding beef on the far side of it. She who stalks is not able to dispel that for you.
The beef will return.
The beef will be bouncing back and forth for, another another 14 minutes or so. And for the sake of the stream and listeners, here are the items that you have found that you have fought hard for. A floating black orb, lightless and unreflective, floating inches above its pedestal. I didn't mention the size. It's a little smaller than a human head. A red and gold amulet with a clear white circular gem. A skin-bound tome, which the flesh is still writhing over its bindings. There's no eyes or anything on its surface, but it's still quite worrying. A fist-sized, perfect circular diamond, from which emanates a low howling whistle like wind through rocks. An intricately detailed clockwork blackbird, which is idly preening itself in a mithril cage, and it watches you people as you pass by. Doesn't seem to take much more interest than that. And there's a pedestal that you can't see what's on the pedestal because the protective cage is actually covered in a couple feet thick of heavy black cloth. From under it, a shining, blinding white light can be seen to emanate.
Well, at least if darkness is cast, we know what to do next time.
So I do want to examine these things, but can anybody give me some healing first?
Let's see here.
Can I get movement?
Yes, you may. 1 moment. There we go.
I believe Emma might actually have heals left. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does.
Haven't really used any yet.
I think one got used after the fight with the cooking staff, but that's it.
Heals one of her 3-a-day powers. So yeah, she's got one left. Heal 150 Agorial.
Right. That is much better.
Mm-hmm. A passing kitten claws at you. Take D4 damage.
Ah!
Sorry, cat.
This is where it gets punted across the room.
I have character levels, punt.
Oh, and as a reminder for everyone, Varg has already used his last wild shape of the day, so he's staying in crocodile form until he doesn't have to anymore.
Yep.
Well, I guess we should start examining things.
Yes. Let's turn on detect magic.
Yeah, let's.
And,
yeah, me too. I'm sort of intrigued by the thing casting the blinding light. I wonder if I can look at it without blinding myself.
You want to test that?
Just tell us when so I can look away.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to walk up to that, cover one eye, and slowly lift up the curtain and try to look at it with my other eye.
And I would just not look at it at all.
Well, I
By
have to
the
examine it if we're going to find out what it is.
You lift up the thick blankets with one hand. Dust falls off of the entire thing, and apparently that was providing the last layer of protection of the of the darkness, because now these couple feet thick of black sheets now softly glow with the sort of bluish red of their actual dye's color. Not bright enough to hurt anyone, though. Alia, when you get line of sight directly, like when you get your hand on the blanket, you can feel your fingers are quite warm, as though you were holding them out in bright sunlight. Who the devil is SC?
Very good question.
Half a clue.
One moment.
Secret cop? I don't know.
Sutherland Cumberbund.
Well, okay.
Give me
Carrying
Dumbo.
on.
That was odd.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it feels like bright sunlight on your hand.
I think
So
the
her
sun
eye
might
doesn't
be
melt out of
under
her
here.
socket? Well, now what?
I think this is the thing I'm going to use my 42 on.
Your what?
Her one remaining lore master on.
Ah,
Well, right now you're just holding the sheet and a bit disconcerted about how warm it is under there.
Okay, I'm going to have to get line of sight on the object in order to use a knowledge arcana, so here we go.
I'm still not looking.
Ditto.
Everybody look away.
Emesua moves to temporarily return the shield she's carrying to its pedestal.
So we weren't going to take the giant glowing god light, we're just going to look at it. But fair enough.
Well, I have to get eye of sight on it in order to use the knowledge arcana. What do you want from me?
Yep. You lift up the sheets, and it's like staring straight into the sun. Your eye hurts, and you can't make out anything. The entire inside of the of this cage is, the blankets around it. They're pure white. No, it is much too bright to look directly at. You're not even sure what the shape of whatever it is that's casting that light in there might be.
Roll lore master, whatever it was on it.
She can't even see it.
Oh,
I need a way to dim the light a bit.
Can Mesua see it? Like, look directly into the light of creation kind of thing? She's an outsider.
Possible. And I don't think we have any way to dampen it if it's an artifact.
If only I brought my welding glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I have
So,
my normal eyeglasses still.
This pillar will actually be dying out in the next minute. Pardon me. She says she's willing to try, but
Yeah, well, we'll have Emma look directly into the light of creation. Let's do this.
okay.
Ah, my eyes. I'm sure she's seen brighter things.
Well, maybe she saw her god. Would that count?
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure how bright the gods actually are, but
I think that's a choice thing. They're as bright as they won't be.
she did used to work directly for Shellen, so
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Shellen might be in a bright light bulb all the damn time.
She looks and ends up covering her eyes and spending the next few minutes just blinking profusely. There is something spherical in there, not much larger than an iron stone. But no, I could not see much beyond that.
Well, I'm not gonna look at it. It'd probably turn me into a toad or smite me. Both.
Hmm.
Put the
Like an
cloth back
ion
over it
stone.
and then try and look at it through the cloth.
I cast darkness on my own face.
Stick your head in it. Darkness is dispelled. You're instantly blinded.
I'm gonna go take a look at that. What kind of bird was it? Blackbird. Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the clockwork blackbird.
Okay.
Though I don't know which pedestal it's on.
Yep, just a second.
Hey, try and touch the glowy thing.
It'll probably do something, but
Wonder how to do possible limited power will knock stimulated field get in my head.
Varg is currently right beside the pedestal with the blackbird. I'm just gonna shuffle him back a bit.
Someone poke the power source with thingy. Whatever it is, it's on my pedestal.
Actually, I'm just checking something.
That's Sappy identified. He doesn't have eyes. He doesn't care.
Yeah, it's I have to double check what all of it. He actually has some ability to identify stuff. I just need to check.
Okay. While you're looking that up, a Coriol. Inside this intricately gilded mithril bird cage, there is a clockwork blackbird, which turns its head this way and that and studies you back.
well, I've got detect magic running. Let's examine this thing. Oh, roll stuff.
Okay.
Spellcrafts and knowledge arcana.
Knowledge Arcana, if you want to figure out what it may be. It is indubitably a magical construct of some sort. You recognize the spell that the spells and the rituals that could have been used to animate it as something akin to a clockwork spy. Let's see here. It can probably. Yeah, it can probably act as a messenger, assuming it can speak, and presumably you're able to presumably its owner would be able to um, y- have it land on their shoulder and transfer and relay to them anything that the spy has seen or heard.
Well, that could be useful. Of course, we
Not
still need
nearly
to.
as useful as some of the other stuff we've seen, though.
Exactly. Yeah. You need to take a look at everything.
Okay, I've got an idea.
Could I also get a knowledge history check from you?
Okie dokie. Not nearly as good at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't recognize it as being anything in particular. You don't recognize this particular blackbird from any from any books or such like.
Hmm.
Okay, I have an idea. Well, once again, we get around major problems with a level 1 spell. I'm going to cast Silent Image to create an illusory pair of welding goggles dark enough to block enough light so I can see that.
Minor image, you said?
Silent Image
Silent image.
creates the visual illusion of an object, creature, or force that's visualized by you.
I choose to fail, I will say, so I think it's there.
Okay.
Mundane uses for low-level spells. I can use it to make shades next time it's bright.
Alrighty then. You create the illusion of a pair of welding goggles.
Okay, there we go. Me can type good.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at this thing.
You lift the covers again, and before your illusion is blasted away off of your face, you get the distinct impression of something uh, somewhat like nearly spherical, oblate, inside, and you can only make out the outline and the fact that it's either covered in cracks or maybe etchings, and then your illusion is just completely dissolved by the light coming off of this thing, and you find yourself blinking profusely and completely blind.
That's fine. I should have gotten enough of it to actually do a knowledge check now. Ow, my eyes.
Emesua helps you stay standing upright and tells you that if it's anything like her, you should be able to see again in a few minutes.
Well, we might be able to blind our enemies with it.
Yeah, could do that.
Behold the power of ow, my eyes!
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
God,
gonna
where are
burn-
you?
So yeah, I should be able to burn my 42 on that now. Let me think for a minute, and I'll see if I can tell you what it is. Ow.
Well, you decide what kind of check you're making before you
Right.
push any buttons. No, you're not pushing any buttons. Decide which kind of check you're making.
I will make a knowledge arcana check at 42 and every other kind of knowledge check at 32.
Right. One moment.
Jack of all trades, baby.
This is where it explodes and we're just all destroyed.
That'll be
Spell
fine.
jamming helm. A spell jamming helm. A spell jamming helm.
How long has it been, by the way? Like, give me a rough time set.
Only
Like,
about
since...
only about 2 or 3 minutes since the battle ended.
Neat. I have regeneration. It doesn't stop for anyone.
Yes.
Yeah, Emma should probably be all healed by now.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's only 1 point per turn, so I'm not all healed yet.
Let's see here. Okay. You have never seen anything like this in any practical manner. I mean, even if it was just an iron stone, why would it glow so brightly? But you got a good look at its overall shape. And there's some just itching at the edge of your memory. You can't recall where, but you swear you've seen this before somewhere, or something that looks like this before, but it's just on the tip of your tongue. You don't know where.
Didn't the stick, that weird stick we got from that person who lived in a hut, it was a crutch or something that healed people, didn't that glow insanely bright at one point?
No, it was white, but it did not cast light, and it kept almost all of you at bay. Yes.
Alright, well, I got nothing then.
Aishlin asks you to describe the object to her. If you could
Okay.
make a perception check.
Ah, my face. I rolled a natural 2.
Aishlin, who was also there, does know where you've seen that before. A nearly oblate semi-spheroid looks like it's covered in little cracks. It sounds like it should be something perfectly generic, but she also remembers seeing the exact same thing carved in the centerpiece of the mural depicting Gozra's creation that you saw back on the plane of acid.
So, what, this is the font of all life or something?
No, it has something to do with that. That probably, maybe.
God, son of a potato.
I don't have any clue what's going on right now because
Who
I
else has a
wasn't
decent
there.
knowledge history?
Watch out, the Varg cube is coming down the hall.
The more
Yes,
knowledge
he's
histories
curious
we
now.
pull at this, the better.
If our cube demands occur.
I'll have a Messio throw a knowledge arcana and planes on it too. Anything can help.
Stick with just the planes.
Okay. Woo, I got a 5.
She's afraid she doesn't know that much about the history of well, any planes other than Nirvana.
I'll throw a knowledge planes
You
out
do
there.
have to remember she is a fairly young Agathian. Let's see here. Yeah, Coriel, you've got nothing. having not had any direct contact with other planes, there's you've never heard of something like this. But then again, before these guys mucked their way through, no one had ever heard the true creation myth of Gozra.
Hmm.
Do you want me to touch it?
Do you think it would vaporize you?
Nah.
You know what? Yeah, Varg, touch it.
Varg touches it
Um,
with his nose.
I'm afraid your snout is too wide to get in through the cage around this thing.
I remove the cage. Oh look, metal bars.
That
What
might
will
be
I
a
do? If not, if I can get my snout in, I'll just get a big claw and just put my claw on the cage and slip a claw in.
That'll work. Berg, you reach one mighty claw in through a gap, and you can just barely close two claws around it.
Okay, I fish it out.
And the moment you have a firm grasp on it, the light suddenly dims rapidly, and now it's only about as bright as a really hot torch.
I pluck it out.
You pluck it out.
What am I holding?
You're holding a. You're holding. If you were to describe it, you would say it's an egg. It is a warm, glowing, off-white egg covered in runes of some kind.
So it's a magic Fabergé egg.
I'm debating eating this.
As you turn it about, you can tell that it is just a glass shell around the light source. It's not the egg itself that's glowing. It's transparent, and the glow is coming from inside.
Well, everyone can see it now. Please study the shit of this.
If the runes are in any language, Sappy can read them.
Any language, you say?
Yeah, read language is item ability. You can read any language.
I don't know any language called any.
It's true speech, but for written words.
Okay, so it's effectively comprehend languages. You can read otherwise incomprehensible written messages.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
The item can read script in any language, regardless of its known languages. That's
Yep.
not a spell ability.
Okay, but okay, so yeah, it'll basically function much like comprehend languages. It can read if it's written already.
Yeah, it's true speech, but for written words.
Alrighty. Sapporo Biru, make a will save.
Ah, my face! I don't even have one, and it hurts anyway. He makes saves at my save, so he gets plus.
Sappy begins babbling incomprehensibly.
Did we break your bow?
Cool!
I'm not sure you can call that cool.
Well, it's
sure
something I've
it'll
never
be
seen before.
fine.
I've never seen an item go completely mad before. Is that a
He's
mad
an artifact
object?
level item, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Well, we just have to make sure we don't read any of that, if at all possible.
I'm too stupid to read.
That works in your favor here.
Yes, it does. Is Sappy alright? He's gone quiet. Your talking artifact level bow has gone quiet. It worries me.
He'll be fine. He's just...
Never mind.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Slightly disturbing.
Alright, so the artifact level item failed to comprehend what was going on, has gone completely mad. Anyone else want to try? Or
That
should I
sounds
just eat
good.
this?
Aishlin politely nods.
So it's an egg about the size of an iron stone, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
and the egg
going to-
itself is just a barrier for whatever's inside.
Yeah, hand it over. I'm going to attempt to use it as an iron stone.
Alright, pass it over.
And it breaks as I smash it against the wall.
And then we all die in a cataclysm of creation and fire.
This universe is rewritten.
We are now all eggs.
You hold it up in front of you and attempt to set it in motion like you normally do for an iron stone, but it does not take flight.
Okay, so that's that then.
Should I just eat it? It's an egg.
No, don't eat it.
Might just drive you mad.
That
How
would
you
be
doing there,
bad.
Sappy?
How exactly do you heal the mind of an intelligent item?
I don't even want to think about it.
I'm going to put him down in case he tries to take control over me while he's insane.
Okay.
You come back to me when you're feeling sane, buddy.
I think he might have seen all of existence. And that's
Very
why he's gone
possible.
completely mad.
My god, it was full of stars.
Yeah, that. But with an item.
Maybe we should put it back and go take a look at some of the other items here.
Yeah, alright. I'll pick it up and slip it back in its cage if that works. Does it start glowing a fucking again?
Probably.
There's a small set of jewelry mounting braces that it was resting on in there, and it fits comfortably in them. It does not start glowing like the sun again.
No, that's a comfort. Alright, feel free to look around the other stuff. Whatever this is, though, is very curious.
I got one idea. I don't think I've used my Revelation Quill's once per day ability yet today.
No, you haven't. You've only used the weekly ability.
So I will give that a shot. Hey, Revelation Quill! What is that thing? That's a question related to an activity occurring within the coming week.
On a specific goal, event, or activity. Alrighty.
What is it?
Because we're some of the most intelligent and well-informed people. Yes, I said that with a straight face on the planet, and we can't fucking figure it out, so...
It managed to drive a bow mad.
that in itself is just weird.
Maybe if I cast Make Whole on him.
I was thinking Mind Blank, but I don't think that'll do anything either.
Oh no, he's still he's considered to be a creature, so. I believe Greater Restoration actually cures insanity, but
And that's going on here.
unfortunately Em is out of them for the day and he can't cast them on himself.
Yeah, She Who Stalks does have Remove Curse, but yeah, I don't know if it's curse or not. Like I said, it might just be I stared into the infinite void and could not handle it.
If it doesn't stop by tomorrow, I can get a Greater Rest on him. That's the beauty of constructs being considered creatures. Of course, I'm not looking forward to having to try to sleep with that thing doing that.
So now die for you update that.
Give me that Battleroo, Battleroo.
At that point, we just throw in like a once fate waiting. So I want to roll on knowledge religion on that. Fate's Queen. Is there a deity known as Fate's Queen at some point?
It's actually a fairly common reference to Pharasma.
Oh, it's connected to death or undeath in some way, then.
Anyone have her on phone?
I'm afraid not.
I was going to ask.
The one time I tried to contact Pharasma, it didn't go well for me.
Well, you tried to contact your deceased parents, and she told you to bugger off. Something to do with death, so... And me holding it didn't seem to do anything. I'll pick it back up and look at it, like really give it a look. Trying to notice any details we're missing here, because right now we're just kind of staring at the obvious crap. I want to see if there's any hidden details, so I'm going to roll a perception.
As one of you reads out the what the quill has written for the others to think upon, there's a quiet down the hall, and after a few moments, that clockwork magpie begins laughing to itself.
Varg gives it the predatory look of something that knows you're in a cage, it can very easily reach you, and asks, "What's so funny?"
You call that poetry?
Oh, I'm going to wander up to it. Well, greetings, Magpie. I didn't know you could speak. You seem like you're in a good mood.
You found the poem funny. I don't know why.
Maybe it's just a connoisseur of poetry.
Oh, what of who?
It likes poetry.
Oh.
I like good poetry. That was tripe.
And you can do better?
The bird begins citing random passages from plays, some of which have never been performed on have never been performed on Hlosterin.
I meant more along the lines of ones you made, you smartass. The quill made it up on the spot.
Well, even amateurs have their hours.
Meaning it was a good poem, you just heard better. And you're being a smartass about it.
It is a magpie.
It is a magpie.
I like this thing.
Of course you do. Hey, magpie, what is it? And I gesture at the thing currently in the cage opposite him.
What, that old disgusting book?
It's a book. I thought I was pointing at the glowy whatever thing.
And if the book were covered in feathers, I'd be terrified. But I'm not.
I believe the magpie is in the cage at Varg's foot right now.
I thought that was appropriate. Friendly magpie, do you know what that glowing thing is?
I asked that.
Never seen it before. You're the first schmucks to actually lift that damn cloth.
What makes us schmucks about it?
Well, I do tend to take the schmuck bait. That's true.
You do, yeah.
But that does seem to be my purpose in this group.
I think that's your purpose in life. But you take schmuck bait that, like, you know is schmuck bait, and they know is schmuck bait, and they know that schmuck bait would never work on anyone else, but they do it for you specifically because you take schmuck bait. That's the level of schmuck we're going on here. We have reached singularity of schmuck.
Well, usually if you can get past the thing that makes you a schmuck, the schmuck bait's worth taking.
This is true.
It's a good thing
That's
I'm in
very
this cage, or I'd schmuck you guys up the head.
I'd like to see you try.
So what exactly are you?
Other than ugly.
Oh, I've looked at them already. You can send messages, you can spy on people. It's just an animated clockwork bird.
In translation, it's a magpie that can talk and does exactly what you think a magpie's gonna do. Gossip. Possibly steal your
gold
buttons.
coins?
Yeah, steal your coins, your buttons, that sort.
I'm going to toss it a gold coin.
It snatches it out of the air with its beak and stuffs it into some pocket on its chest under its feathers.
Cool.
Much obliged.
I think Aaliyah found her animal companion. Her spirit animal. Her soulmate.
Will you marry me, magpie?
Heh! I've already
She-
got a queen of my own.
Wait. Who's your queen?
Well, she's not your usual sort.
Don't care. Who is she?
I just told you.
She's not your usual sort. That's your answer to who your queen is.
Yeah, she's a bit of a weird one.
And why is that?
Is she 6 squirrels in a man costume?
Not quite that weird, I hope.
So you call your queen weird. Is Varg not weird?
I'm not a queen.
I just want to know his standard for weird.
Are you not done here? I mean, not that you were disrupting my sleep or anything.
Magpie, I'm willing to stand here and I'm willing to pick up that gibbering bow on the floor and sit it next to you for the next 3 millennia unless you start answering questions.
Well, you know what?
In a direct manner.
I'm going to take 10 minutes over here and hash out a sending to describe this sphere to the head of the Mages Academy and see if he can tell me what it is.
Alrighty.
Meanwhile, I'm going to pick up the bow.
We'll get some outside help on this.
I really pick up.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, you pick up the bow and just lay it next to the magpie and give him something to listen to for a bit. Till he starts learning to speak answers instead of riddles. Which may be an eternity, but there it is.
You know, it
At
has
least
a
they have
roommate.
company.
Sappy is in no state to object to you moving him.
You just
Although
give her
you'll-
some more and annoys the crap out of the
will-
magpie, hopefully.
You'll take the damage if you touch him still, though.
Hmm.
Blood bonus, I just leave him where he is.
They
Can
do
I pick him up with Mage Hand?
That's a thought.
Okay, yeah, you should
Yes,
be able
you
to
could.
do that fine.
Then that'll work.
Plonk him next to the magpie, see if the magpie gets annoyed enough to actually talk to us. Give us some answers, damn it.
Alrighty.
It will annoy you into submission.
The magpie sits there listening to Zappy for a short time, and then then the magpie begins opens its beak, and its beak stays perfectly still while Sappy's babbling is repeated right back at him in a mocking fashion.
Yeah,
Why do
it's
I have
not
the
gonna
feeling
work.
this could go on forever?
It might, but the thing is, Seppi's insane right now and can go longer than the magpie can, especially once the magpie realizes it's not going anywhere and not making the bow any more annoyed than he is. So I'm gonna go with the
Right.
item wins this one in the long one.
Well, time to go examine more of the artifacts then. Let's go to
Go
that
ahead.
big, opaque, not big actually, let's go to that black sphere.
That's a good idea. I follow you.
Which pedestal is it on?
The black sphere is... let's see here. The egg was here. The bird is here. The volume is here. The amulet is here. And the orb is here.
Alright, well, the detect magic is still going. Let's, stare at this thing until
Something happens.
something happens. Knowledge checks, go.
Um, 40 even, huh? Oh, go figure. That is high enough.
Hurrah!
Acorial, you examine this object and take a couple steps backwards immediately, because you recognize this thing and its absolutely horrifying aura, because this is a sphere of annihilation.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lovely.
scooting back. Excuse me, I'm coming this way.
well,
Sphere of awesome.
it's very powerful. It's certainly a candidate for being used.
Yeah, if we want to like destroy ourselves, yeah, totally.
Well, you can control it, it's just that anyone can control it.
I'm not touching that, by the way.
You're
Just
damn
to be
right.
clear,
Yeah, I think we found one object we're not taking.
because we can't touch it, and we have to make an incredibly high DC check just to move it anywhere, and other people would take it over. And let's face it, we fight stuff that's smarter than us on a daily basis.
What is the DC to move it?
30.
30 here.
Control check is 1d20 plus character level plus intelligence modifier.
And you could probably use. You could
Yeah, I
probably
can
move it
auto-pass it.
Yeah, you could move it dependably, but we honestly do fight things smarter than us.
True.
I don't want to have that thing floating around when we do.
It is tempting, though.
Sure
Oops,
it is. How about
sorry,
you go touch
Varg.
it?
He beat me by 2 and blundered the orb over into your spine. I hope you don't mind.
I take him with me.
That's fine.
Like I take the whole building with me. I am the building. I take it with me.
And by blunder into your spine, I mean, here, I'm just gonna rest these flowers on your headstone because there never was a body, and go sheepishly hide somewhere where your vengeful spirit will never find me.
No,
There
it's
is
in the spirit
nowhere
of
I
spirit.
won't fucking find you.
Yeah, there is no spirit left.
There is my hate, though. That still
What I
remains.
find hilarious is that it's a minor artifact.
That's because it's too retardedly powerful. Like no one will ever use it.
Well, minor meaning there can be more than one.
Ah,
major artifacts are assumed to be unique. Also, this one's, merely an artifact, not absolutely an artifact.
Right. Well, nobody trip over this pedestal.
I won't during the next 10 minutes while I'm sending.
Mm-hmm.
We should also try to fight away from it, because who knows if things we're fighting are just going to try and use it.
Use your powers to push it into the wall of force.
I think the sphere wins that fight.
Yes. The sphere wins every fight.
It's the sphere. It just wins. It doesn't even say like will save or no. Any matter that touches it, it wins.
Only
It's
the
like
direct
walking-
intervention of a deity can restore an annihilated character.
Yeah. Don't touch.
So,
I-
Varg might live.
If Verdersius is feeling in the mood, and he already was in the mood once, and I've used my paper for the day, I don't want to owe him more than I already owe him. There's a debt ceiling, and I'm rapidly approaching that debt ceiling. I gotta get out of it first before I can start gathering more.
Okay, so we've got a sphere of annihilation. Got a magpie. We've got the thing that drove an intelligent item mad.
I have to do another 10 minutes sending to tell him, and then it's my last one for the day.
Alright, I'm gonna go look at the book.
Please mention to this Ephraim guy that I touched it, and I was fine. Also, tell him we found it wherever it is we are right now, the mansion in the other continent. Part of the Aurelian estate, not Aurelian to Well, I've kind of forgot where we are.
The Kai
Kai
Manor,
Dang it.
outside Blackwater.
Yeah, I knew Blackwater, but I know we're not in Blackwater. Just
Yep.
Time to stare at this flesh-covered book with detect magic active.
Alrighty.
Pow! That's a natural one.
Fortunately, skill checks don't auto-fail and auto-pass.
Yeah, just it's not. It's the worst roll I could have gotten.
Okay. Yeah, it emanates overwhelmingly with all schools of magic. But other than the fact it is a book, you're not sure what to make of it. It is not latched or locked in any way, but that doesn't mean it could be opened.
Well, any book that's in a room with a bunch of artifacts is likely to be related to magic in some way. Especially since it's practically glowing.
Is it the spell book from Sabrina the Teenage Witch? You open it up and your dad's inside?
if my dad's in that book, we all need to run this instant.
Alright, so
He's
who
gonna
wants
be
to see
so
me open
fucking
the
pissed
book?
at me. You have no idea.
Who wants to see me open the book?
I'll watch you open the book because someone's got to watch your back as you explode.
I don't have an opinion while I'm sending.
Just a quick glance to make sure nobody has an artifact off its pedestal at the moment.
That is correct.
Okay, then let's open the book.
Okay. You open the book. Please make a will save.
Hooray.
At least you rolled high.
You feel horrible shivers ripple over your skin before fading, and there's a horrible buzzing static in your ears, and a pressure at the base of your skull. It's quite unnerving, but it's not so bad that you couldn't press on.
Great.
Let's see here. What languages do you speak and read?
Let's see. Common, Elven, Draconic, Sylvan, Celestial, and Goblin.
Okay. You do not understand what is written in this book, and it does not bode particularly well, though, because the paper is it looks like paper, but it feels more like sweaty skin to the touch, and the ink has a distinct red hue to it.
Right. Anyone want to take a glance at this before I close it and leave it forever?
Amicia
read a
has
word on it.
constant comprehend, doesn't she? No, she has constant speak with animals.
Sorry, what's going on?
She has true speech. Does that affect written language? Coriel has opened a book that he does not understand. He does not know the language that is in there. Okay, Amesua can only speak and hear all languages. She cannot read all languages.
I have a ridiculous linguistic skill. I'll look at it when I'm done my sending.
Okay.
Well,
Guess I should
ridiculous
probably-
in that almost nobody ever takes linguistics, and I have 20 some odd ranks in it.
Yep. Coriel, do you leave the book open where it is, or are you going to close it before stepping away?
I'm not going to step away. I'm just going to stay here with it open. I have a feeling that even if I step away with it open, whoever steps in again is going to have to make that will save.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Yep. Alia will be done her second sending in a few minutes yet. If there's anything else you want to look around at, still uninvestigated, is the fist-sized diamond that's making a low whistling sound and the red and gold amulet.
I'm gonna stare at the amulet and do nothing because I have no ability to tell what it is except looking at it. So I look at it ferociously.
Is there any
And-
other way of looking at it?
The amulet glows in the presence of mushrooms.
Someone roll a smart person check at it, please. Currently, I hadn't have anything to do.
Let's see here. Aislinn comes over and humors you with her presence. And it takes her a few minutes to figure it out because this is not a particularly standard type of item, but she works out and puzzles over its auras and eventually explicates to you what the various abilities of this item are. It is a simple amulet, except for the fact that it does this.
What the heck is the room well?
So it
All she's able to tell you is that there is something somewhere that provides the power to this. But it's definitely powered by souls.
I'm okay with that.
so it doesn't glow in the presence of mushrooms?
No.
That's disappointing.
I take that as a personal item, but it doesn't benefit the party really, so I see no reason to take it.
So far, I'm still leaning towards the more stories making time shifters, time staff.
That does seem like the best option so far.
So as we don't have anything picked up right now, I vote we all put this thing on for a little bit and get the healing out of it.
I wouldn't right now. We have no idea if having the book open on the pistol counts as having it.
Oh, we'll put the book back.
I can't. If I close it, the next person to open it is probably going to have to make a will save.
Okay, well, can no one read it yet?
Not until Alia's done with sending.
God damn it.
Still.
Yep. Go ahead. You are done your casting, and a reply is being composed as you think.
So I guess question 1 is if it's written in one of the 25 languages I speak.
Is there a short list of that written anywhere? Here's your character sheet. Okay. All right. So, Alia, you step up and look at the book. The page that you're looking at is written in a hellishly difficult mix of abyssal and infernal. Sometimes it's just switching what language it's using mid-sentence. It is really difficult to work through because you have to figure out the differences in grammar between the two. Also, you're becoming aware of a really weird buzzing sound in your ears.
That doesn't sound nice. Have I made out any of what any of it says?
What you're reading right now appears to be the first page of a spell preparation ritual.
Yeah, it's some sort of. I just turned to Aquarial. Yeah, it's some sort of spell book for casting dark rituals. I don't think we should be touching it.
Probably not. We're going to close this now.
All right, make a will save.
Lovely.
Shivers ripple up your spine, but after a few moments the sensation passes and the buzzing in both of your ears begins to fade.
Yeah, put that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally anything written in abyssal or infernal isn't something you want to be touching.
That one that's written in both just screams doom. Speaking of, how's our magpie getting along with the bow who won't stop gibbering?
They're taking turns gibbering at each other at this point.
Well, as long as they're having fun.
Yes, our construct buddies are having great times.
Alright, so amulet.
That just leaves the moaning diamond. The amulet, we already know what it does. It's just, if you want to put it on for healing, go ahead.
Yeah, how much healing does it get?
Fast healing 10, so you just sit around for a minute, you have 100 health back.
I'm okay with this.
That's just from my healing. It's like regeneration. It occurs to me this amulet might be pure evil, but then again, I don't care.
Well, Aishlin looked at it.
I don't know if she cares either.
And I'm neutral, so hopefully it wouldn't,
Well, you.
yes.
Oh, that's the hope.
Sure, let's put the amulet on. Way too interesting of an item not to try it.
What level's your wall of force?
Just a second. Think what level Magus gets it at.
Wall of Force exists for a round per level.
No, just what spell level is it?
Fifth.
Wall of force. Fifth?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, do I melt or anything when I put this amulet on?
Just was just flipping there. There we are.
Okay, good news, everybody. The Mages Academy is looking into what that glowing ball is.
All right.
Coriel, your ability you feel like you're able to fly a bit faster than before, and your wounds are begin closing very rapidly.
Good.
But you don't feel like there's any particularly, ill effects or horrible consequences happening to you immediately.
Alright, then I will sit here until I'm healed.
Now, that happens when you wake up on a mortuary slab with no memories.
After another 30 seconds, you have no visible bruises or cuts on your person.
Let's just put this back. If we decide that's a good thing to have, we can come back for it.
Mm-hmm.
Although anybody who does still need healing should probably use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's pass it round robin style. I'll go first. So also I'm neutral and don't care.
You lift the amulet off of your chest, and it comes off.
Ark takes
Good.
it in his teeth and makes sure lets it hang there for a bit. That counts as my neck.
Fix the toothache you had.
Actually, it does have to be put around your neck to have any sort of effect. Using it as a
All right, okay, I'll get to
as
work.
Is the chain even long enough for that?
no.
Fine, someone else wear it.
Using it as a rosary around your teeth will not have any effect.
Aw. Oh well, I'll just I have regeneration anyway. I'll just wait until mine, gets to the point. So I can take.
Yeah,
some
no
time.
need. Only take 10 times as long. No need to get greedy.
Can it reach around transformed
okay,
Aishlin's neck?
Yeah, actually, Asian should have no problem. She can literally. Actually, wait a second. I can compress my body. I can make that necklace fit.
No, you can't. The necklace is not as strong as walls.
All right, fair enough. But Aishlin can totally fit her neck around that.
As a shapeshifter, yes.
Okay, I guess the only other thing we actually have to identify. So far, we've identified the Sphere of Annihilation, the amulet. We just know we don't want the skin-bound tome, so it doesn't really matter if we figure out exactly what it is.
We realize the magpie is probably useless, but as an amusing sidetrack. We don't know what the glowy sphere is yet because, well...
But we have an entire academy of mages looking into it who will advise us soon. So shouldn't... so we just need to identify the diamond then. So I'm going to throw a full spectrum of knowledge checks at 32 at it.
Alrighty.
And we'll go from there.
Alrighty. This fist-sized diamond is easily enough identified as a relatively mundane thing. Well, when I say relatively, I mean you very quickly managed to identify it
Spelljamming him.
as being the Moaning Diamond.
Oh, this annoying thing.
Yeah, that's sort of useful. Anyone want to take the time, Rob?
Well, there's still more stuff beyond, isn't there?
I'm wondering about something. If it
Hmm?
can summon an Elder Earth Elemental, it says it serves the caster. It doesn't say anything about they still have the diamond.
Check. Yes, but only one such elemental can be summoned with the diamond at a time.
Sure. But that's still an Elder Earth Elemental that would help us.
Yeah, that's not a very great item.
What I'm saying is we can use it and then put it back.
Oh yeah, we could use it if we have to fight other things in here. I gotcha.
That's kind of
It
clever.
says it serves us until it is slain, so...
Oh, I see. We can. Okay. Are we sure there's actually more stuff in that?
Oh
Yeah.
yes,
We're
There-
quite certain.
there is at least as far as Coriel can see of
Are we allowed to
hallways
rest and come
still
back?
unexplored. You haven't asked.
Let's ask if we're allowed to rest and come back, because if we're gonna fight anything else, we need our spells and crap back.
Hmm.
I do remember that he wasn't exactly pleased with us wanting to go down and fight the Guardian.
That's just because he's a wuss.
I'm a what?
Is he behind us?
He is!
I laboriously turned myself around.
Yes, I'm sure
Squeak,
Reginald
squeak,
loves
squeak,
seeing
squeak,
the bar.
squeak, squeak, squeak. Pop. As your
Hey.
nose swings around.
Hey, those first round of Guardians beat us pretty bad. Can we rest and come back?
Um, but no, we have to have you out of here before the sun rises.
Why?
Well, among other things, there isn't. Oh dear. It is
Explain.
it is safer for everyone if you're.
But why?
This portion of the mansion isn't safe at sunrise
Because
because it kind of sort of is self-cleaning.
Oh.
does that mean it? All right, let's hurry up then.
Okay, Coriel, cut.
Right.
Yeah, that my true seeing wore off a long time ago. So yeah, Coriel, can I borrow one of your ointments? I'm gonna cast the true seeing and run down and see if they're. I'm gonna cast true seeing and greater invis and run down and see if there's anything worth taking.
Yeah, if you're
Okie
in
dokie.
trouble, I'm charging down that hall after you.
Just take one of the True Seeing ointments. I'll mark it down as one less on my sheet.
Okay, thank you. True seeing is level 5 for me, I think. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh no, that's level 6 for me. Okay, just a sec. Yeah, I'll scout. I'll scout down and come back.
I'm going to get up in front then in case things charge us.
This is where I can move to safely before, right?
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You pass that set of pillars, and the whole.
Here we go again.
There would still be residue from the webs around here, so you'd know that was as far as you'd gotten.
Okay, so yeah, everybody stay back there. I'll scout ahead. I'll be right back.
Yeah, gotcha.
The hallways plunged into darkness. One moment.
Actually, there's more Pillar of Life left, so we have one more, yeah.
Alia, you see just over your shoulder the two vault stalkers materialize out of the walls as you run past them.
As she shouts, "Kill everything, Varg!"
There's 2 more of them. I'm just gonna keep on my running from them since they can't attack me flat-footed.
No. All right. Yes, you keep on a running, if you may.
That's one move. I'm gonna actually do a double move.
Okay, just a second.
Sooner or later, you will run into the beef. You'll be fine. It's not technically dangerous beef.
I don't know if they can see me. I'm assuming they have some sort of true seeing, though. So. Am I seeing any more artifacts as I'm running by?
Yes, I simply hadn't dropped tokens for all of these pedestals. I'll drop only where there actually are artifacts.
Okay, there's lots of them. Get area attacks ready, guys.
Does Varg, in and of himself, count as an area attack?
Probably.
Black midnights and black tentacles and polar midnights would probably be good.
Let's see here.
Not a bad combination.
Not at all. Do I get to go roaring down the land or what?
Alia, an arrow swishes by over your head, under your armpit. That one flies through, though.
So I can sort of see her.
Yeah, I might as well just run. 56. That actually hits me. Okay.
And do you have any spell resistance at the moment?
No.
All right. That wasn't a natural, so add. Yep, add another 95 from the named bullet.
I'm probably gonna die, guys.
Alright.
It's nice knowing you.
50% failed, and
I'll
the
revenge
rest.
you with pain.
The remainder are going north. Let's see here. Check range. Acorial.
Yes.
No, that is not right. What the hell happened?
That is a really good roll.
Oh, yeah, there was accidentally a string in there. It is actually 13 plus 37. That would be 50 versus AC.
Which does hit.
Okay.
Fun. That's 60 damage? Yeah.
And
No, wait, that's,
I don't know if that beats your SR, but probably.
28 versus
That-
any SR you have.
does beat my SR.
Add another 86.
That's a lot of damage.
It's what to do.
27 plus 37 plus 86 is 150.
Yay, there goes all of my health again. They basically just hit me with harm.
Varg,
Mm,
41.
ping.
And last one, Amesua. 58 versus 46, I think, goes through. This guy has no idea what she is, so no named bullet, but that does come in as a sneak.
It's a whale! Pew! Okay, it's a fish? Pew!
It's something.
Mermaid! Pew!
The first time these guys have failed their knowledge checks, so...
They look at each other, what is that?
Alright, you guys may either fall back or roll in.
I'll roll in. I mean, screw 'em. I am
Also,
Vargesian Rex. I retreat from nothing except, really obvious suicide things.
just a moment.
They got a lucky shot once. One time.
I suddenly no vision.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
just a
dark.
second.
Aishwan does have a pillar of life, so she can just pop that as soon as we're ready to go.
Yeah, but I keep triggering more darkness every time I run through more pillars. So.
No, it's up to you if you keep running.
Well, I'm gonna run till I see the end of the hallway.
Mm.
Well, yeah.
I
Okay,
guess I'll roll in, but I'm really hurt.
I'm just
You can retreat.
You can retreat.
okay, everybody. I'm just going to run to the end of the hallway. You guys get out the door and cast area effects in, so they have to follow you out.
Well, I can't do that.
Does anyone want any chips or anything? Just going to the end of the hall.
Yeah, screw it, I'm retreating.
Alrighty.
Way too hurt.
Can I see the end of the hallway from here with my 120-foot vision?
Hello, Reginald. They're having a great time in there.
Actually, I'm guessing that's not the end of the hallway, so 40 more feet then.
Wonder how deep this rabbit hole actually does go.
Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna activate all of them and hopefully box them in with wacky area effects. Oh, there's the Guardian, I think. Oh, that's the Wall of Beef. Okay.
Which is currently on its fleeing from you. And you can hear a sort of rippling in the air that tells you the now familiar sound of the darkness being the hall being plunged into darkness again. And 3 more fade out of the walls around you.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Telekinetic Charge defensively to give me another 70 foot to spring me 70 foot further down the hall.
Anywhere within the spell's range. Okay.
How the crap deep is this place?
Just a moment. And Alia, you hurl yourself forth and you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, not a light, just, a wall at the end of the tunnel. But at this point, you're not really in the mood to argue the difference.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna run the other 40 feet, then dimension door back to the door.
Alrighty.
That's my plan for next turn. End of turn.
Vault Stalkers.
Assuming I survive, since I'm down to 36 HP.
Let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna clear out Barg's whole bulk.
Rawr.
Wait a minute, I forgot. It is a cube of Varg. There we go.
Cube of Varg.
Alright.
Did everyone run? Oh, what's your sissies?
The ones who understand what's going on, they're taking Alia at her word. She's going to run to the end and be right back.
What's this?
I'm just getting ready to cast Sirocco and stuff in the entrance to this if I have to.
Mm-hmm. So, Mesua, 44, that's a miss. Mesua again, 43, that's a miss. Their luck is going nowhere. Varg, 37, yes. Okay. And 47.
Me or her?
You.
That one's it.
Okay.
One moment.
And 30 versus your SR.
That passes the SR.
Okay, so 41 does not confirm, though, so you don't take extra damage.
Nope. Let's see here. Okay, once per day. All right, so I'll just take the, what is that total? 64?
Yes, and Alia.
One arrow will outright kill me. Oh, that one missed. Good for me.
That was 50 do.
Misses, actually. I have 51 AC.
Praise.
Will she live?
This one still has a use of True Strike, so, yeah, that's not a 1.
Asshole.
Alright. 24, you can see him, so it's not a sneak. Oh, hold up. You've run past so many. Hold on a second. Need to count them off. Okay, count yourself as lucky. This one has no named bullets to expend on you.
That is lucky.
Amesua.
Go save your master. And regenerate some health.
Just a sec. I could always run away from you guys and do my radius burst of energy. That won't affect them because it's reflex based. Let me see what ability she still has available for the day. Yeah, I'll have her do Summon Monster 8 to bring in her Summon Monster 8 level Water Elemental.
Okay.
At least gives us another body for them to aim at.
Summon a whale.
She
Nice
can
on
only
them.
summon water elementals,
Ah, pity.
and you can't do that with Summon Monster 8.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
A monster can only be summoned into an environment where it can live. So yeah, she can summon an Elder Water Elemental.
Roger that.
That's her whole turn.
Varg.
I run in direction southwards till I hit something that is not a friend or a pile of water.
What's your move speed?
I don't think getting yourself killed is a smart plan.
Varg has felt no real attacks. Oh, yeah, I'm raging, by the way, but my current move speed, because I am sprinting, is a flat 45. So I go 45 feet. I have not run anything that is an enemy. I continue to keep going.
You run 45 and have not run into anything other than a few stands where things lie. You reach 85 feet and feel a couple moving bodies against your forward flanks.
I crushed them out of existence. Does it work?
Well, I don't know. Have you rolled for it?
Okay. I just need to adjust for rage. Because, rage gives me HP, so yeah. So there's 32 temp to represent my rage. Alright, what do we got going? You're not singing, so that's, okay, yeah, so 4x4 because of rage and furious. Okay. I only get one swing because this is a charge. I'm going to make it a destructive smite. It's going to be a vital strike. Vital strike, destructive smite. I'm going to use my Cloak of Fangs on it. Yeah, whatever I'm hitting, I'm screwing. I hit it. Yeah, it looks to be everything. Okay, so you need me to roll to see if I even hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So D100. That is a hit.
Yes, that is.
Let's see. Say 45 hits AC.
Yes, it does.
Okay, here comes a butt ton of damage. If you don't mind me calculating it.
Mm-hmm. You work it out. It won't have any influence on Alia's turn.
No, well, go ahead and do her turn. I'll just start working out the damage.
Alia, you're catching up with the beef.
How long is that stuff bouncing around for?
Minutes, apparently.
It's been like half an hour.
Summon Stampede. Oh, it was only supposed to last for a round per level. I thought it was 10 minutes per level. Never mind, there has been no beef. You have all been dreaming.
Okay.
I dream of beef.
Just a question: have the new ones been popping up and the darkness settling in right as I get to the pillars, or when I actually cross over to beyond them?
The moment you pass the middle of the pillars, like reach so much as a hand beyond the midpoint of the pillars.
Okay, so I don't have enough room to 5-foot step without activating the next ones. Okay. I might as well screw myself completely and activate the rest of them. Whee! And once again, I'll telekinetic charge myself to the end of the hallway.
Just a moment. You are just far enough away that you can see that at the end of the hallway, you can make out in the darkness. It is not just a blank wall. There is a very large pedestal at the end of the hall, and atop it is a big, like 8 foot in diameter, iron sphere banded with all kinds of rune-covered reinforcing straps wrapped around it in every which direction.
Ooh. In the meantime, I'm going to try to remove myself from the battle. Telekinetic charge. I might as well activate every single pillar while I'm doing this anyway, so I'm going to telekinetic charge right to the end.
Okay, so I
I'm in the wall.
finished. Oopsie doodle. I finished my calculations. I did 84 damage in one swing from my jaws, and if I hit him, so I did the damage. And if a 77, which should succeed on my grab attempt, he takes an additional 25 and is currently in a grapple with me. Also, I generate for 1 point of damage.
What appears to be undead demons appear as you fly past the last pair of pillars.
Yay!
Hooray!
Rotting, decrepit, undead, obvious demonic creatures.
Now I have to hope they don't rush me before my next turn so I can remove myself from the battle.
That would be the hope.
The Vault
It
Defenders.
was nice knowing you guys.
My calculations are complete. Did they?
Yeah.
Well, is he dead or is he grabbed? Is the question.
Alright, I'm just going to assume it's 929 here. He was dealt 84 damage.
Then he was attempted to grab, and if he was successfully grabbed, he's in a grapple and takes another 25.
It was a grab versus a CMD of up to 77, which was successful.
Takes an additional 25 from Constrict. And he's just going to have to sit there and take it, because he's grabbed, and now I know where he is, because he's in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Probably doesn't taste very good.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, the one who just moved away takes an AOL because he was in my square when
It
he
was
moved
a
away,
5-foot step.
Asshole. Fine. This one doesn't get away because he's grabbed. Haha. Yeah.
Correct.
Hope you guys have precise shot. Actually, if you do, it doesn't help much. Grapple and all.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see here.
I hear way in the darkness something about Emma.
You would, if not for the alligator plug.
No, I hear it. Bard hears it. I am the plug. Of course the plug hears it. No one beyond the plug does.
Your ears aren't at that end of you. No, wait, it's Alia yelling it. Yeah, your ears are on that end of you.
Yeah, that's my point.
Okay, so, Varg.
You can't sneak attack me when in a grapple butthole. Ping.
How does a 43 do?
Ping. Bounces off.
Varg. How does a 46 do?
Bounces off again because of the extra AC for being in a grapple.
Extra AC?
Okay, more like a penalty on their part. I have no idea if you're including the -2 for shooting someone who's in a grapple with a friend.
Oh, no, that they don't care.
No.
They don't suffer a malice for it.
Ah, strange. Alright, well, then do they take a -4 for shooting them? Precise shot ignores the grapple rule? Because grapple is different from...
Pace me?
Well, according to the basic rules of grapple, anyone attempting to attack somebody involved in a grapple with an ally takes a -2 on their chance to hit, whether with melee or ranged attacks. I don't know if precise shot gets around that. I know precise shot specifically gets around in a
precise
melee.
shot doesn't get around that, no.
Yeah, that's the part I'm talking about. That's why the -2 there does not hit. You're close.
Just
You're
a second.
nearly there, but I was pretty sure they had precise shots, so I knew the melee part was going to help me. It's the grapple I was hoping for. Basically, my plan is run forward, grab one, chew him to death, run forward, grab one, chew him to death, and repeat until they're all dead. Or I run enough steam.
Sorry, which paragraph are you seeing that in?
Oh dear. Let's see. I'll have to pull it up now and spend the next 5 minutes looking at it.
Well, you should be able to scan pretty quickly to it, but it's just I've never seen that you being in a grapple gives you any ability to avoid being hit that beyond the fact that you and someone else are in melee.
Oh no.
No, that's not a thing.
It's somewhere. Hold on.
I'm looking at grapple right now under combat. It's not there.
I mean, there's a +2 circumstance on CMD if it's invisible. If it becomes invisible after it becomes grappled, but
I swear there was something going on when someone's attacking into a grapple. It just doesn't list anything. What happens? Like what does happen when you attack into a grapple?
Nothing does. Only people who are grappled are affected by the grapple.
All right, I guess I don't see anything it says otherwise. I'm gonna look it up elsewhere. But
even though you say it's a +2 that you would get,
-2 for people attacking us into a grapple.
okay, so that would make that a 44.
Yeah. Hold on.
For everything I can see, that is exactly what is needed to hit you.
Yeah, I can't find anything. Yeah, well, it hits. So nothing says that I didn't gain or lose any AC or any of that. So
All right.
I mean, the grappled creature in question loses some dex, but other than that,
yeah. All right. That is sneak, and this one has a named bullet to use on you.
I do have SR, so please roll.
Yep.
It's not likely to fail, but there it is.
The SR check is 27.
Beat it by 2.
Okay. Add 95 damage.
I don't see anything rolled at all, but I'll trust you.
Sorry, it's in an LSJM lock.
All right, let me count this out. So how much did you say? 96?
95. Plus 30, plus 26.
Please tell me they have a limited number of that bullshit, because it's really, really annoying.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, some of them have 2 of those, and only every third one has any. So
You've still thrown them like every round that we've been in combat.
You chose to come in.
No, she
balls
did. Not
out.
me. She did.
I mean, everyone came into this vault with the intention to loot it.
You're damn right we did.
All right, there's a couple more still in range of you.
I will use... that obviously hits, but I'm using my steel hit circle on this one. It is negated.
You're using the what?
I have a ring that on a... where is it? Yeah, once per day, negate a critical hit or sneak attack. That's a crit. No thank you. On a 20, it's a 75% chance.
Okay, so yeah, 26 up. Okay.
So that's just negated and is treated as a normal hit.
Yep.
So it
and
just does 28.
And 45.
45 hits and does... So at that point, I'm going to fall... Oh, wait. That... Okay, so hold on. What are we on?
Well, Varg is in trouble.
Of course I am, because these things are broken and there's like 8 of them. Sneak attack. What can I do about that? So I just take the 34 from that one. Well, I'm up, because Savagery. Don't care. Still going. Not dead either.
Yeah, your con's 18. You're fine.
So I'm going to make a steep backpedal with my new food with me.
Uh-huh. Emma is torn. She knows Varg is in peril, even if she can't actually see him. He's big enough that she could run up to him, at least. Oh, does she have any healing left today?
Just her lay on hands.
Oh. But Alia just called for help.
Well, let's see if she even heard the call for help, since Varg's plugging up the whole room.
Yeah, perception check. 42. Alright, so let's see here. The base DC is 0. +1 for every 10 feet, so 33. And Varg plugging is... Oh wait, hearing over the sound of combat. No, she did not hear Alia call for help.
Well, then her choice, her path is clear. Actually, what can her water elemental do?
Her water elemental can... Let me pull up its move speed. Elemental Water Elder. There we go. I knew it was in my history for a reason. It has a move speed of only 20 feet. It can only get up against Varg's back and moan and rage at whatever's on the far side of him. But it plans on getting up there and harming those things, whatever they are.
Look at me, I'm scary. I guess she's gonna swim up and lay on hands Varg.
Okay.
She's just gonna barrel until she hits him.
He's not hard to hit.
She
Just
slams
like,
into
look
a tail.
Okay, so 8d6 healing coming your way. Super useful.
Not Savagery turns off.
Anyway, with the north dealt with, I forgot that there's still some Vault Stalkers at the south here, and Alia.
Oh, wait. Before we go a second further, is Ameldara and Aishla inside the initiative, or are they just completely out of this combat?
Coriel fled because he only has 2 hit points to his name.
Hmm.
And the other ladies retreated because Alia said, "Okay, guys, I've got this. I'll be right back."
I roll. They do not know her. They do not know her at all.
All right. What can these guys do? Alia, one of these rotting demons
Hey, it worked in the movies.
stumbles over, and seeing you standing there against the wall, it simply tries to swipe and pick you up because it doesn't know you have freedom of movement on you.
Well, that's good news for me.
It is. The other one learns from its brother's mistakes, and it comes over and it is simply going to try and cleave you in two.
That's bad.
Yes, it is.
Okay, +2 for the charge.
Can you only cast True Singing on yourself? Because it would have been smart to put that on Varg. It occurs to me.
I think True Seeing is range personal, yes.
Yeah.
No,
thought so.
it's ranged. It's creature touched.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. Well, we were stupid then. Congratulations to us.
And now all they will be struck down to become more powerful than they could ever imagine.
Isn't she already like that? She was stupid.
Well, we'll see if it hits me. We don't know. Big things usually don't have good 2 hits.
I'm a big thing.
Yeah,
do
this
pretty
thing
okay.
does not have as good a 2-hit as it could really use against someone as blatantly over-armored as Alia.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he missed.
And that happens. Let's see here. Check, check, check. Oh, hold on. What does this do? Oh. Well, that's wonderful. Okay. He likes this. As you deftly dodge his clumsy blow, he simply reaches out with his hand, and without touching you, you feel a wave of force brush across your ankles, and let's see if it is enough to trip you.
What ability is he using for this?
He happens to have quickened telekinesis, so
Can
he
you
is
link me the
using it.
spell?
Pardon me.
Can you link me the spell?
And he is using the combat maneuver variation of it. All right, a trip.
Fighting Jedi.
I've got that spell. I haven't gotten to use it yet.
Use your caster level in place of your CMD, and include your casting mod in place of strength or dex. So let's see here. That's his casting mod is. It doesn't matter which of these mental traits is his. Oh wait, no, he's no wait, he is an intelligent undead. Okay, so it doesn't matter which of these. So that's +7. All right, your CMD is actually probably more than good enough to get past this. Does he get any
My
other
CMD
boosts?
is 53.
Yeah, he's gonna need a 20. That's not a 20. And he fails to trip you. Alright. Now Amesia's turn happens, as it just did. These others Move in with venomous intent. Oh, actually, these ones are in range as well. They're gonna try and knock you down. Hoping for a 20 and hoping for a 20. No luck. Varg.
Well, I'm going to maintain my grapple because I can still move while in a grapple, so this guy's going to eat death.
Well, confirm your grapple.
Sir, yes, sir.
Just a d20.
So confirms.
You don't flop it.
Alright, so he takes a lot. So, let's
takes death.
roll. Literal death roll. Whee!
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's see. I just need to make sure my calculation is right on this one. So that is from the death roll alone. It's just a death roll as I spin.
Yep. And I know that's an auto when you confirm, but
That just happens. And I will attempt to trip him because it is funny.
Right?
This does have a slightly different mod, but it's still really, really high, so. There's a 65. Trip him. Okay, he is prone, so he's taking more penalties. Yay, here come the free 2 rakes that are just part of a grapple. I still have to technically hit, but he's prone, so have fun with that.
No, if you're adding rakes now, that's only if you choose to deal damage with the grapple instead of moving with the confirmed grapple.
Ah, well, never mind then. I'm just going to scoot along then. I will spin backwards. Like a tornado. Rapidly.
Up to your move speed.
Alrighty. Can't move. Thank you kindly. I'm essentially just getting behind them. And he's coming with me because he's grappled, even though he's prone. So he's sort of... This is mine now. Also, I... On a turn, because regeneration. And... Mark off around a rage. I can't destructive smite on the spin, unfortunately, so otherwise it'd be really broken. Yeah, it looks to be everything.
Okay.
Unless the mess will... I'm sorry, Hugh Stock wants to come help.
Alia.
You're somehow alive.
You're surrounded by rotting demons, and there is a gigantic iron sphere of ominousness standing on a pedestal beside you.
Grab it.
I'm actually thinking about unleashing it. We don't have any other artifacts off right now, do we?
You know.
Unless you have returned the shield, you closed the book, everyone took their turns with the amulet, put it back down. No.
I'm going to blindly throw a random skill at it to see if I can see what it is, since that's not an on-action.
Arcana?
Yeah, we're going to go with... Actually, I'm going to actually roll this.
For the 50% chance of getting better than 10?
Yep.
You got slightly better than 10.
Yes.
That is better than taking 10. You take a hurried glance over your shoulder while dodging a couple of these swords and try and figure out what this thing is, and it is covered in runes, all of them written in ancient Assyriani. And they all basically say the same thing over and over. Danger.
Well, I could try to Dimension Door out, but knowing the track record I've had with Dimension Door in combat lately, so it's just a big iron sphere that says danger on it.
It looks like it's not even an actual sphere of anything. It's just there's so many crisscrossing bands holding something in that all you can see is the layers and layers of bands.
Is there any noticeable way to unleash this thing?
There is an impression about the size of a hand, and it has finger holes front and center on the pedestal.
You're a leader, Ripkin. Go for it.
At this point, I'm pretty much fucked anyway. Let's unleash this thing.
Maybe it'll be an Elder Evil. Then we can fight that as a new campaign.
Save
We're
me, oh random
doomed.
thing bound at the end of this hallway.
Some die with the words of their gods on their lips. Others die with a yell of triumph. Others scream in terror.
I'm
She
actually
praises
going.
the thing that's going to kill her.
I'm going to exclaim that in Ancient Assyriani as I unleash it.
Alrighty. You hurl yourself across the base of the pedestal, slam your hand into the impression. There is a flash of light.
I just screwed us all over.
Quite possibly.
Maybe.
I either just screwed us all over really bad or saved us all.
One or the other. Or you screwed yourself, honestly. It could be any order. It could be screw you, followed by screw us, followed by screw the rest of the multiverse.
Let's see here. 97, huh?
Very high roll. Very rare.
High rolls are usually bad on random number tables.
Usually.
This is where a beam of light just shoots all the way down the hall and vaporizes all of us.
Yep.
Everyone
Well,
except for me. Then I
All
have
right.
to use the time rod to go back in time and stop myself from doing it.
The bands around this thing all begin spinning rapidly, and as they do, it looks like there's actually a gap in a foot wide gap in every band, and as they all begin to spin, those gaps all begin to line up just above this handprint. And the moment the last one snaps into place, this gigantic lead tome falls out of the hole and lands on the floor beside you, open. You prop yourself up on your hands quickly, hoping that you can still defend yourself, and you see the page that it has flipped to, and you feel compelled to speak. And you speak a single word off of this page, and the word disappears off of the page. And where is these guys' fort modifier? There we go. And Alia, you too are going to have to make a fort save.
Yay!
Oh, God. Of all the times.
Well,
Alright, goodbye, Aaliyah.
bye. You
I'll
died
get
as
to
you
work on
lived.
writing a new character up.
Especially since I think I know what this is out of character.
She died as she lived.
She really
Madness.
Well,
Right.
Blizzard
I
has True
deserve
Resurrection
this.
prepared, doesn't she?
If there's anything left, which I doubt.
Actually,
Hmm?
I'm checking how many. I only have one hero point.
Reroll that. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll the fort save.
Okay.
Natural one. Damn.
That'd be
37.
hilarious.
That's a little better.
A little bit.
If it did another natural one, I would have just declared you doomed to die, roll up a new character.
Now at least I have a chance of surviving.
Yep.
Alia, you find yourself completely deaf.
What?
And you take 17 sonic damage.
Oh, that's fun. I'm out now.
And just as your eyes flutter closed, you notice that there's four demons standing over you are blasted to ash by the shockwave of sound.
Fun.
You collapse unconscious on top of this leaden tome.
Well, that was fun. If everyone else isn't dead, I can't get out of here now.
Varg, Amesua. Amesua's elemental. A blast of sound comes down the hallway. Roll fort saves.
Okie dokie.
I will have to look up his fort save.
Elder
14.
water elemental, yes. Okay. You all take this much sonic damage and are permanently deafened.
Greater Restoration.
Savagery
fixes that,
kicks in
so we're
again.
good.
Yes, it does. How many rounds does that keep you on your feet again?
Until I am dead.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to say it turns on. It always keeps me up. I just like saying it because it's funny.
So
And the Vault Stalkers around you are all blasted into ash.
So
Did
when
say
that
there.
water elemental gets sent home, is he still deaf or?
No, it's considered anything that happens here is like borrowed time.
Uh-huh.
I believe Greater Restoration can cure deafness.
Yes, I believe so.
We're fine.
Well, Varg's prey has escaped his claws. He's kind of weirded out by that.
That worked out considering I forgot to bring my bow with me.
Yeah, all things considered. The one's going in the corner still.
Yeah, he's still insane as far as I know.
Alrighty. Varg, Amesua, what are you doing?
Healing. Slowly. 1 HP a turn.
She's going first round after she's going to attempt to true teleport herself. Oh wait, she doesn't know how long the hallway is. She's just gonna run for it until she sees Aaliyah then.
In the
Okay.
darkness that she can't see through.
Blind sense.
Ah, yes, that would help. Varg's
does
just
help
stand
her.
here looking nervous and uncertain, like he has no idea what's going on, and just sort of slowly mending.
Okay.
Wait, no, Aaliyah's in trouble. I'm charging down the hall after her.
I have to roll stabilization checks.
Yes, you do.
What's
Varg is
the-
following Amesso after pausing for a second to heal for
So
for 3 rounds.
It's D20 plus your negative HP total versus a DC of 10. Plus your con mod.
Oh, say so
No, minus.
D20
D20
plus con
yeah,
minus the
D20
damage.
plus con, yeah, well, effectively plus your HP, but because your HP is negative, it subtracts, so.
Okay, so that's D20 plus 5 minus 5.
Yes. You stabilize.
Hurrah!
Varg, what's your movement speed again?
Right now it's just 25.
Okay.
And I'm healing 1 HP per turn, so I'm just going to try and keep track of that.
Yep.
So did anything happen to those of us outside of the hall?
You guys heard this gigantic rippling blast of noise, but it seemed to have not affected anything beyond the door.
Okay.
If only we had some sort of list of all the artifacts in here.
Amesua, Amesua Fallout runs and manages to reach where Alia is laying bleeding from her ears, eyes, mouth, and several huge arrows sticking out of her, laying across a huge lead tome.
She's going to continually cast lay on hands on Aaliyah until she's at full health.
Okay. Yeah, so Yeah, okay. Emma's turn after she reaches Alia now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing that now.
Okay. You hear a very low rumbling in the walls as well. Alia, your eyes flutter open again. You are still deaf.
Varga's not sprinting, more like just moving as fast as his body can take him straight down the halls now.
You are too big to sprint in these narrow confines.
Slither.
You can double move at best.
Actually, I guess now that I'm up, we should be fine for right now.
Varg
initiative's
asks
still
what
in, huh?
happened, can't hear himself, and makes weird sounds.
Repeat that, Brad?
Uh-oh, we're still in initiative. My uh-oh senses tingling.
Yes, the low rumbling is getting a bit louder. Back at the doorway, Reginald hears it and begins panicking, saying that that for some reason the mansion has started cleaning early.
Well, that's lovely.
Okay.
I'm going to yell down the hall that it started cleaning, but I imagine that, well, Gloria doesn't know this. They can't hear me.
Oh, we can't.
If you shout, Varg will hear you. No one else will.
I'm deaf. I don't hear anything.
Yes. The sound will reach Varg. No one will hear you.
Yeah, I believe deafened also makes it harder for me to cast my dimension door.
Does it have a vocal component?
I believe it does.
I know there's a specific rule for that. 1 second.
Yeah, it's negative. It's a 20% fail chance.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm going to. I'm gonna grab on. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna grab onto Emma so we can move at her move speed the crap out of here.
Not going to take the book?
It's giant and made of lead. I don't think I can lift it.
Varg can, but no one else.
Oh, hopefully we can just walk back in here after the mansion cleans and they don't respawn.
It is.
Yeah, rough guess, looking at it, you'd estimate that book weighs about 400 pounds.
Yeah, that's
Totally
well
liftable.
That's
And
well
it's-
beyond my pull. Actually, what is? That's within my push drag, but not within my max load.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, my overhead is 400. But I'm
Yeah,
holding
but
other stuff.
that's just
So
lift, not carry a distance.
no, my max load is 400, but I'm carrying other stuff. So yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going to grab onto Emma and have her full run us out of here.
All right, can you give me a strength check for her?
Sure. Her strength is 32. Okay.
So, Reginald, if it's going to start cleaning, what happens to us out in this hall?
Damn it!
Reginald just rubbing his forehead, and then he snaps his fingers. Of course, it cleans from the outermost areas inwards. Of course, it starts out here.
Ask him if those enemies respawn.
That's a very good question.
Let's see here. Varg, trump.
He says
Alia.
Aaliyah, no one hears it.
Yeah. Alia, roll
Yeah,
that strength check again.
Yeah, Aaliyah delays her turn to after Emma to see if she gets flung off.
Oh no, this is at that degree of failure. I'm limiting Emma's movement speed to double Alia's. That's a little better. Varg, you're charging down the hallway, knocking bumping into things the whole way, when Emma comes flying back the other way, dragging Alia, and they squeeze past you and keep on running the other way.
You're going the wrong way.
Arg in confusion turns to follow them. And follows them. Well, he basically just holding action until they move again, then he just follows, and there you go.
Yep. Alright, you guys are booking it, but it will take...
I can fit anywhere. Like,
yeah, I know.
if a 5 foot creature can fit, I can fit, because compression works like that.
Brad, give me... Actually, yeah, give me 2 more of those checks. That should suffice. Yeah, okay. Emma manages to drag Alia, stumbling, as far as the door, where they see Reginald in a great state of panic, who begins gesturing. Oh, good. This way! And he starts jogging briskly down the hallway.
Arg follows.
Well,
As a plug.
I will continue to cling to Emma and follow him.
And everyone runs through the halls following Reginald.
Probably a
And
good idea.
as if a few glances backwards as you run through the hall, you notice that that what seems to be happening is the hallways are turning inside out behind you.
We're not going to get our artifact out. Why are we?
I like living. We'll get the artifact after it's done cleaning, because technically they want us gone by nightfall. It's not day. Sorry, when night is over, it's not over. We still have dibs on the crap.
You've
What
time
respawn
is
and we
it?
can't get to it now.
Oh, I don't know how long this cleaning thing lasts.
you run, and eventually Reginald suddenly stops and gestures you all past him, and you notice that he seems to have stopped right after a small bell mounted on the wall, and he pauses and just catches his breath. You notice that the hall keeps on turning inside out behind, and then it just suddenly stops right at where the bell is, and the hall it suddenly slams wide open again, and the hall is exactly as it was moments ago.
That was
Arg
quick.
breathes out in mild relief, shifts back into his normal form, and if you give me my token, I'll do a thing.
Is everyone okay?
So I can see it. Because I can't see it.
I don't know. Are Varg and Alia okay?
There we go. Alright.
They're deaf, so they don't hear him ask.
I'm gonna wave my hand in front of Varg's face.
I growl at you a moment.
Oh no, did anybody grab Sabby?
Uh-oh.
The answer was no.
Last I heard, it was sitting on the floor beside the magpie's cage.
Don't put it in the cage.
Alright, hold on, everyone. How many people, Varg first does this one on himself. He's no longer deaf and will regenerate a lot of health. So, let's see how much exactly.
I hope he's okay, because otherwise there goes a third of my wealth by level.
Do you have any more of those to share?
I have better, one moment. So it's 36 on myself.
Regenerate,
doing?
say?
Yeah. That should function as what it needs to function. Should heal my blown out eardrums.
No, regenerate doesn't cure deafness.
Oh, that's just
No.
annoying.
Nor blindness.
That's just a pile of worthlessness then. Why the hell would you even bother ever taking it? Because it's not like a cutting off arms is a thing. There's no spell that does that or situation that will ever arise.
Well,
Oh,
there's nothing mechanically that says that that must happen, but there are vengeful and clever DMs out there.
true. This one will go on, since he used one on himself, he'll use this one on Leah. And is anyone else deaf?
If your blindness is literally caused by somebody cutting out your eyes and you use regenerate to grow your eyes back, that would cure it, I guess. But other than that,
Who else is still deaf
Heal
besides Varg?
will cure deafness.
Which is going on Aaliyah. Who else is deaf?
Amesua.
So now only Varg is deaf.
does heal deafness?
Yes, it does, and I'm checking if Aislinn has any prepared.
That's actually awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my token, so I can't apply it, but that's awesome.
Well, just a second. I'll
Where
just
are
put
we?
you all back outside the hallway here.
Okay.
I imagine you're going to want to return to the vault. Back in just a
Yes.
second.
I hope Sappy's okay. Otherwise, I'm going to be really pissed off.
Can a bow be deafened?
No,
No,
he doesn't hear.
He sees and hears, but his senses are magical in nature.
Right.
He can't be blinded or deafened. Sorry, who else got heals? Any of my guys?
I think Alia and Amesua got heals.
Okay, that heals her deafness too then. Yay.
I'm back.
That's all I have currently to heal deafness. Unless somehow lesser restoration does it.
I know greater restoration cures deafness, but I'm not sure about lesser. Let me check for you.
Restoration.
I actually have the restoration open, so. No.
Oh, Mark is gonna sit there deaf, wiggling a claw in his ear as he slowly heals.
Actually, greater doesn't either.
Yeah, it only really solves magical problems, not and ability drain and damage doesn't do anything for
If you can live
for
with
other afflictions.
if you can live with being deaf until the next time we rest, Emma can heal you.
Well, good luck indicating to Varg while he's deaf.
Why didn't I teach you sign language?
And he can't really read too well, can he?
He can read.
Yeah,
He's technically literate, but it doesn't mean he reads it at all like a good pace.
I should honestly learn sign language with my next point.
Amnarin the Overlayer asks for a sheet of paper.
Sure, I have a bunch on me. Here you go.
She writes out in Druidic. It's okay. We can heal you after we rest. Shows that to Varg.
Varg nods, gives a big kind of thumbs up.
And then she crumples up the paper, tears it into several pieces, and swallows it so that no one has the opportunity to study it further.
You druids and your secret languages.
Varg gives you a look.
You know what? Someday I'm going to take a single level in Druid just so I can learn that.
Good luck. Okay. Reginald is... Once Reginald is explained that you still have not taken an item, he is willing to lead you back to the vault.
Okay, so who wants to go in first, thinking that those guardians might have returned?
I can put Vargas and Rex away. I have shifted out in order to cast spells, so I no longer have any use of it. Unfortunately.
My bow is still in there, so I'm going to have to go in either way. So why don't I risk my own life again?
If you just sit here for about half an hour, Varg will be back up to full, and you can just walk in.
Well, I sort of want to get Sappy back. I'm gonna yell in, "Hey, Sappy, you in there?"
Perception check? You hear you hear a voice inside, a slightly scraping mechanical one, saying, "Oh my fuck! Thank God you guys are back. This thing has been just babbling at me incessantly since you left."
If Varg could hear that, he'd grin really wide.
I'm gonna grin at Varg.
Hey, Magpie.
Varg grins back in confusion.
Do you know if the Vault Guardians came back or not?
Can I make a picture of an angry bird with prestidigitation?
Probably. Clark looks at it, recognizes it, grins wide, and thumbs up again.
I'm more picturing a magpie version of that.
Oh, God, not yelling bird.
Well, I couldn't see them before, so why do you think I could see them now?
Well, I didn't know you couldn't see them before. You never said that.
Nobody asked, Cockmuffin.
Okay, I'm coming inside. I'm just, oh yeah, I don't have true seeing or any way to sit. I'm gonna send Emma in since she has blind sense. Have her, and because she's way faster than me, I'm gonna have her run in, grab Sappy, and run back. And
Before
see if
Emma runs in,
Yep.
something really quick to check. Is it the same artifacts on the pedestals?
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah. Are these the first 6?
It does appear to be.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna send Emma in to get my bow, and that way we can test if the Vault Stalkers came back or not too.
So your bow is sitting against this pedestal.
Did she get there okay?
No arrows come flying out of the darkness yet.
And the hallway hasn't been plunged into it, so that's something.
Okay, I'm going to have her lift the. I'm gonna have her remove the. I'm going to assume the thing that was casting the sun bright light got covered up again, so I'm going to have her remove the cover from it so we can hopefully light up the hallway with it.
Okay, it is still only glowing about as bright as a torch at the moment.
Oh well. Pick up Sappy and run him back. Does anybody have a greater restoration on them?
Actually, H1 does.
So she does.
Sam.
Okay, if that's an insanity effect, he's cured.
One moment.
Maybe
Although
he just
he's
lost
supposed
the
to be-
ability to speak, and he's been yelling at us this whole time.
Maybe. He should actually be immune to all mind affecting effects, but it's an artifact, so I'm not arguing it.
Who's forking up the 5K of diamond dust for that greater restoration?
She has it on her, I would assume. Otherwise, why is it prepared?
Because she doesn't really know the mechanics of the game, and she prepared the spells without any consultation.
Could be.
You'll have to check on her character sheet if she actually has any.
Scanning.
I don't see anything.
I do not see it listed.
I see a very great deal of currency not doing anything, so yeah.
Okay. Right now, though, that's fine. I can live with Sappy as he is. I can still use him as a bow.
And he can always be fixed later.
Yeah, I can have Emma fix him tomorrow. She gets free greater reses.
Yep.
She's just out of them. Okay. We need to find a way for the party to be able to see in here, so we can go examine the rest of the artifacts, and then spend the rest of this session arguing about which one to take.
Well, I have dark vision.
Well, the
Is
dark
the
vision hasn't helped
darkness-
you so far.
Is the darkness still there? The magical darkness?
And no, the hallway is unlit, but it appears to be mundane darkness.
Oh, okay. Well, then Sappy's still a light, so I should be able to see now. Sappy, me, and Emma are all lights, so yay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what it is that you did at the very end of the hall.
Okay, well, let's. Why don't you and me go to the very end of the hall and we'll work our way back examining everything? Ashlyn should come with us too, since she's the only other one with a high int check.
Bart waves and follows. She has no idea what's going on.
Okay. You guys notice that that a whole bunch of the artifacts that that Alia passed on her way in, they all have larger, heavier cages dropped over them now that weren't there the first time in the hallway.
You have Vard, for God's sake.
But the huge lead tome is still sitting on the floor in front of the sphere.
I didn't actually get any time to figure out what this was. I was sort of desperate.
And unconscious.
Just a random check. Is there any healing left in the party before we do anything that might possibly blast people?
Do you
Emma
somehow
still
communicate
has-
that to Varg?
Emma still has most of her lay on hands left.
Depends on if I'm bleeding out of any part of the armor. Because that would be a pretty easy way to communicate it to
I
Varg.
still have my cure spells too.
Yeah, Varg's got really nothing to work with.
Well, I'd appreciate any healing before we get blasted by another magical wave of death.
Oh, I didn't realize you were okay. Why don't I hit you with sorry, I'm just seeing what I got here. Okay, I have cure critical. I'll hit you with 2 of them.
Okie dokie.
I believe that's 4d8 plus 15. So 8d8 plus 30 for you.
Hurrah! Want me to roll that?
There you go.
73, that's very helpful.
Okay, so let's start at the lead tome and work our way back, and then we can argue about what we're going to take.
Is it still open?
The book is still sitting open to a blank page.
I wonder why it was bound like that. Well, I'm the one who's already touched it, so I'm going to attempt to turn the page. Actually, wait. I'm not going to. I'm actually a little leery about touching this, since last time I was compelled to read from it without any choice in the matter, and it nearly killed me.
Yeah, that's probably a good decision to make, to not touch it.
And it's strange that you're saying that, because at about this moment, Alia, you suddenly receive a sending from Ephraim.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. That's the opposite of helpful. Well, too late. We've already touched everything, so.
Yeah, I don't need to write
We
it.
have
I'm
kind
gonna
of
send my
touched a
sending.
lot.
Send him a sending back that says, you have helped not at all.
We're already in here, and I doubt they're going to let you bring a team in.
Seriously. This is a reward for our hard work, not for you guys to stare and oogle at you a bunch of...
You don't get to see my sendings, you know.
I know. But I like to put in my 2 cents because those guys are complete bastards, and I'm burning down the entire College of Adventuring as soon as I get back.
That's going to be my reply back. We're already in here. We've been offered one artifact, and they're not going to let you bring a team in.
Okay.
Three minutes later, all of a sudden the doors come flying open as
Now
a
I
SWAT
wanna-
team busts in, going on the ground.
Now I want to use the time staff to go back in time and stop myself from sending him stupid messages, dumbass.
Is that dumbass on you for in the past, or dumbass on him?
Dumbass on him. He couldn't just answer the one question I asked him.
So, you were contemplating this book.
You know what? I actually didn't get the chance to throw any knowledge checks at it last time.
Nope.
I threw knowledge checks at the bindings, but not at the book once it fell out. I just read from the book blindly and hoped for the best. So now that I've seen the effects it's had, I'm going to throw blind knowledge checks at it.
Mm-hmm. A history will suffice.
Okay, I'm actually going to roll this for the 50% chance of doing better than 10. Knowledge, not engineering.
And a Coriel, if you would.
For what, history? My history is crap. Not sure.
Okay. Alia, you don't recognize this thing, but you cannot help but think that if it was locked away like this, surely it was locked. If it was locked away like this by a mad wizard who has left out in the relative open dozens of lesser artifacts, some of which you have already recognized the potency of, it does not bode well for the nature of this thing.
I say we put it back. Is there any obvious way to get the bindings back?
It looks... I mean, you could try just picking it up and shoving it back inside the gap, and I don't know, maybe the rings will close again if you activate the pedestal again.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, being very careful not to let any of the pages turn while I do that.
Well, it's sitting open right now.
So close it.
Emma, you hold down both. Okay, I'm going to close the book very carefully, making sure I don't read anything else from it.
Okay. You... With a lot of effort, you manage to lift one side of the book and slam it closed.
Then with Emma's help, we are going to carefully shove it back in, and I'm going to activate the pedestal.
You push it back into the sphere of bands, and placing your hand upon the pedestal after a brief pause, the bands begin to spin and the gap is closed over by many, many layers of bands.
Yep. I don't know what that is. I just know I don't want to touch it again.
Well, there's plenty of other things. Bog seems confused, but the entire mask still was communicated a damn thing to him.
Well, none of us can speak Druidic.
You can speak Orcish and Common, can't you? You can read that.
Can I just do the prestidigitation thing and make a picture of a book and have it blow up?
Sure.
Just a little nuclear explosion. Or nods and thumbs up at the seal.
So what's
Okay.
my next pedestal?
Yes, let's look at the next things.
All of these have been covered by great great metal slabs. You can no longer see inside them.
Bog looks at the others with like a raised brow and sort of gestures at it.
Looks like those. It looks like those first 6 pairs of pedestals that you passed by were still left open, but most of these are now very tightly closed.
I cast knock. No.
But Var continues to gesture and like seems he basically mimes pulling something.
Oh, you can talk. You're just going to be obscenely loud because you can't hear yourself and correct her volume.
I'm.
Should I freaking pull this thing off or not? Or what was I saying? Oh yeah, right, pulling. Should I pull? What?
I'm gonna send Emma back to ask Reginald if he has keys.
That's a decent idea.
What?
Again,
At a full run, she
prestidigitation.
can actually
Best
get
spell.
over there in one round. So.
I'll make a picture of a key to Varg.
Ah! What do you want, woman of the seas?
Hi, do you have keys? Most of these are locked now.
I don't know. Maybe they. I don't know. Maybe someone running past them made the vault realize that it was full of intruders, or something.
So you don't know if you have keys?
I don't have keys. I've never been in the vault.
Why don't you step inside and told you it was a wuss.
Now, if only one of these first artifacts could open any lock.
I could still try and Varg still mimes like just picking it up.
I don't have a problem with Varg just pulling.
You give him the okay, you're gonna have to make some sort of hand gesture.
Well, I have disabled device, I just don't know if they're magically locked or not. I think it's safe to say probably.
Probably.
Well,
Full run
detect
right now.
magic wouldn't help.
Because it's artifacts, yes, you detect the artifact. So if Emma returns with nothing, Varg's gonna make the gesture again to just, have him pull it.
I'm okay with it.
Alright, Varg steps forward. What do you want him to do? Strength check or
You're just going to try and lift these giant metal frames that have closed down over the pedestals?
correct?
Yeah, he is pretty
Alrighty.
strong. Alarm goes off.
Strength check.
The police have been called. Please do not leave the area.
18.
You break off a claw.
I wait a second for it to grow back. I try again.
Ow, my hand!
You chip another nail.
I wait a second.
You really worm your fingers down, and you just can't get a strong enough grip on it. It's like the metal has. It's like the caging has sunk into the stone of the floor.
Alright, who wants me to cast Disintegrate?
Fuck that thing! And I'm gonna hit it.
Do you have enough disintegrates to open every one of these?
I do not.
Does that hit the AC of this thing?
The break DC?
No, to hit it. I'm trying to hit it.
Oh, well, you run into a stationary object that couldn't possibly
No,
avoid your
I'm
hit.
charging the rock. I still need to roll to hit the rock, because that's how that works.
Yes, you successfully run into the wall.
Yay.
I wish I still had my ring of X-ray vision right now, because then we can see if it's worth opening.
There's a total of... Yeah, I need to calculate that.
You leave several scratches in the material.
67 total. And I have plus 5 weapons, so 65 total plus 5 weapons.
Yes. You leave several scratches in the material.
So is it just a big thing that's come down, or is it a door of some kind that's been locked?
It's like a not a cylinder, but like a square metal like block that has come down around the pedestal.
And that's what's the fastest of us, right?
Yes.
Can she go back and check if some of the things we looked at, like that amulet, are covered or
Those
not?
those first 6 pairs are still uncovered.
But what about the ones we used that were not in the first 6 pairs?
You guys only oh, pardon me. No, that was 8 pairs because 2 of those pedestals were empty.
Vargas, I don't know if he can take a 20 on a strength check, because he's just going to stand here and just keep trying until it moves. He might lose his grip now and then, but he'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you actually can take 20. It just
your strength check can't do it.
Okay, then nothing on this earth could do it. I have a 42 as a strength mod, unless there's a colossal dragon somewhere outside.
I know that you have a 16 for your strength mod. You can't do it.
There's no amount of strength in the world that can move this thing.
There is no amount of strength. There's no amount of plus 16 strength checks that will do it.
Vargas just starts beating the shit out of it then.
Hello, hello. Okay, can everyone hear me? I'm guessing that's a no. 1 second. Okay, can everyone hear me? Oh, I seem to be broadcasting, but I cannot hear anyone. Okay. Okay, and now I can hear you all. I've got a suspicion about that. Oh, is that why? Okay, Mumble is back. Alright, Mumble's a little more reliable than video chat, except for this hiccups that we've been having lately. Hmm. Yes, however, the stream will only be picking up me and Kusimandro. That is incorrect. I'm seeing you come through loud and clear. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. You're being picked up by my microphone. Okay. Just let me get my clone into the Hangout and we will be ready to continue. Where's the invite button? Yo. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yep, there's me and there's my clone.
Hi, clone. Okay,
And
so
my clone
Mark
is
attacking the
muted.
rock because
Good.
the rock won't move.
Yes.
He can stop the rock. Enough time and effort.
No, I actually have a damn good plan here.
Yeah?
I can cast invisibility about 1,000,000 times, and invisibility works on objects. So we just make the pillars invisible, study the artifacts inside them, figure out which one we want, and then we only need to disintegrate one of them.
That's actually real damn smart. Let's go with that.
That works for me. Wonder if I have any castings of invisibility. I do.
Yeah, I have about 1,000,000 castings of invisibility if I only cast that for the rest of the day, so...
Well, nothing else is going to happen today unless, enemies show up, in which case we're running because we have no fight left in us.
That's when I disintegrate everything in sight and run away.
Well, be sure to miss certain people.
The far could take it.
So, let's make this pillar invisible and study what's inside.
Okay, 1 second.
I'm gonna have to mute you and Mumble.
Yeah, I'm just gonna disconnect outright from Mumble.
Oh, I closed Mumble already.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, that should be a little clearer in sound.
Yes.
And someone knocking on objects. Okay. You or a creature or an object weighing no more than 100 pounds per level. Alright, which one are you invisibling? Point?
I'm just... I keep thinking I still have to do that. I'm going to invisible a chunk out of the one right beside me.
let's see here.
Let's see what's in here. And we can just keep doing that right on down the line. All told, if I'm casting that, I can do it 13, 18, 20 times today.
Alright. I'm only worried about one thing here. What's your caster level?
19.
You cast it, and there's a brief wavering and a flicker, but then it turns opaque again. It's too heavy.
Damn it.
It was a good thought, though.
Is there any way we can boost your casting ability?
No. We're just locked out of all these artifacts now.
Unless you want to really burden high-level spells on them to try and break it. Because I still got 3 castings of Maximize Disintegrate.
Barger's locked out of nothing ever. He's just going to keep whacking this one until there's nothing left to whack.
I'm aware.
Barger's perfectly willing to spend an hour on this. He's never locked out of anything for any longer than that. Feel free to do other things, though, guys. I'll handle this one.
Alright, well, any objections to Disintegrate? Because it doesn't think we have anything else besides Varg just hitting them until there's nothing.
I can't think of anything top of my head. I'm looking to see if H has anything.
Not too worried about it destroying any artifacts because they're artifacts.
Yep.
Yeah, it disintegrates as much as a 10-foot cube of non-living matter. So it should make a hole right in the covering, so we can see through it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's disintegrate the covering around this one. That being this.
Alrighty. Make your touch attack.
Let's just burn the spell slot, and the touch attack for me is plus 16.
That's not a 1.
Yay!
Make a spell resistance check.
Why do I always forget what the rule for that is?
Just caster level.
Yeah. Average rolls.
Perfectly average roll. Which suffices.
Hooray!
The covering around that pedestal dissolves away, revealing. Just a second.
Can anyone else cast that?
Varg only gets one shot of it a day from a domain.
That leaves us with 3 total castings, huh? After I just used that one.
Well, I don't know. He doesn't have it right now. I must use it during the day.
Mm.
I can cast Implosion on the rock. Or Clashing Rocks on the rock.
It is a rock, technically. I mean, it's a very shaped
Well, Clashing
rock.
Rocks makes 2 bigger rocks come over and smack it in the middle. This Barga can make any progress because he's throwing like over 100 damage at this thing around.
Inside this pedestal, you at first are worried that it's empty, but you can in fact see a very small jewelry box sitting on the pedestal just over the lip of it.
Well, does anyone want to touch it?
And the crowd goes wild.
Yes.
What happened? Sorry.
He asked
Complete
if anyone
silence
wants
is
to
what happened.
touch it.
To touch the jewelry box? Oh, if you get Varg to stop punching when he's currently punching, he might.
Yeah, no one. In order to do that, someone would have to get in front of him so he could see them, and they could gesture wildly, and he could not care. And yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, bad idea.
Speaking of, it's gonna take a while, so
Hmm.
Can I mage hand this jewelry box?
It looks light enough.
Well, there are no artifacts off their pedestal right now, so let's pull it out.
The small jewelry box lifts out, and you carry it out into the open into the hall.
And let's place it on the ground so we can look at it.
It is an ornately decorated jewelry box. It's probably worth a pretty penny on its own, but it has a small, delicate lock on the front.
I remember knock being mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
I
knock.
don't actually have it, no.
Everyone here relies on the bardic knock spell.
Yes. I heard you were looking for perfume. Could I interest you in someone?
Or knock,
I'm
knock.
curious though. Is Varg actually making progress here? Like, is there any indication he's making progress? Because if he's really not,
Varg has given himself a very, very, very bad manicure.
and it's literally not even dented this thing.
You've made cosmetic scratches, but
What in the name of sweet Jesus has he done to these things? I don't even want to think about the level of magic you have to pour into just these boxes. Never mind getting the artifacts together.
uh-huh.
Well,
Well, we screwed ourselves. I'm leaving.
well, there's still the artifacts that we've seen already.
But you're closed off. We get nothing.
No, those first 8 pairs are still open. I
Like
spelled that out very very explicitly.
Yes.
I mean, the sun shield and all that.
Yep.
So all that fighting, all that thing we did, worth jack squat. Neat.
Well, it would have all still been okay, except Alia and Amesua then decided to start running full speed, which tripped the actual burglar alarms. Everyone else was content
Remember
to
that
just
one that was holding
mill
the
it out
shiny
and
thing?
walk early.
The one that was holding the glowy, whatever the heck it was, that freaked the people out at the college. Which one is that? That's this one?
What?
The thing. We don't know what it is. It's covered in runes. Looks like an egg.
Oh, right.
Gross, that'd be insane.
Which one is that?
Which one of these pedestals?
I think it's this one, the next two, but
Here.
neat.
Isn't it
Does it work? I'm
uncovered?
just going to roll down the list. Okay. I meant to cast that, but you wasn't trying to do.
Sorry, what are you doing?
Blowing that goddamn this. I want whatever is in that one.
It's
I don't know
open.
what it was. I don't care anymore. I'm blowing it the fuck up to
There's-
get at it.
The glass egg?
It's
No,
just in there.
Well, is there a thing on top of it? I thought you said there was a thing on top of it.
No, the point is that they're the ones we've already looked at. There's nothing covering them.
Oh, my mistake. Never mind. I thought my miscount. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna take pick that one up and go, okay,
These
this'll do.
two are the first two.
So, I mean, if you want to try and blow any of them up to get at it. But in the meantime, we've got this jewelry box. So who wants to try and unlock it? I mean, I could just smash it, I guess.
It looks somewhat delicate.
Let's just open it.
But yes, the jewelry box appears to be locked. It is a very small, delicate lock on the front of the box. Do you have lockpicking tools?
Yeah, I think so somewhere. It came up before. I remember specifically buying them a while back. Can't find them on my sheet now, but I remember specifically throwing down the 2 gold for them.
Mm-hmm. I do remember you did used to actually have a pair. Maybe you just forgot to put them on the Alia
Yeah,
Reborn sheet.
Yeah, I think I just forgot to move them.
Alright. You insert your lockpicks into the latch, fiddle for a moment, and you feel the lockpicks shift around under your fingers as if they're moving on their own for a moment. And when you take your hand away from them in surprise, you notice that they've changed color. They now appear to be made of gold.
Huh. Interesting.
They are still in the lock.
Well, great. Now my lockpicks are useless.
Gold is kind of a soft metal.
Yeah, gold's good for lots of things, but you need sturdy lockpicks. Hopefully I can sell them back for more than 2 gold.
Well, if they're solid gold. Yeah.
Yeah, this thing doesn't seem too useful. Want to crack open another one at random?
Sure.
We can at least see what's in 2 more of these before we have to pick one of the other 6.
You want to go down to the next 2?
Yeah, why not? I'm sure the more powerful ones are over here.
Yeah. Alright, so, this one. Another. I have to burn points to recall it and then cast it again, so I'm just going to burn points.
Okay. Ali, are you leaving the box on the floor and your pick in the lock?
I'm putting it back.
Yeah, probably the best.
Oh, okay. Leaving your picks where they are?
No, those are going back in my pocket.
Okay. You take your picks out of the lock, and you realize that they are only gold handles. Two parallel beams of handles, because now instead of the lockpick heads, it appears that your lockpicks have been turned into a very, very complex key. In fact, you hold it close up to your eye, and it looks like the teeth of the key are fractal and infinitely complex.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw out a knowledge check on that. That actually sounds familiar to me. Which one's appropriate?
Arcana to recognize the aura of it should be sufficient. Oh, actually, that is sufficient. You appear to have a perfect key. Looking at it, it looks like a hugely complex, like thousands of variations of a knock spell, all wrapped into a single item.
Ooh.
With the touch of the key, a lock with a DC of 40 or lower unlocks. When a creature holding the key attempts to break down a door with a break DC of 28 or lower, the door is broken and open.
Huh.
Plus 10 bonus on disabled device and plus 10 bonus on attempts to break down doors.
So, that jewelry box just turned your lockpicks into an artifact.
Yeah. And the awesome... Wow.
Okay.
Let's put the jewelry box back.
I will accept this event that has happened.
I'm going to put a perfections key on my character sheet.
And I will continue with my plan of blasting this with the...
Alrighty, make your touch attack.
I'm going to walk over to the other pedestal and tap
Almost a 1.
futilely.
Spell resistance?
Right. Better than the one before.
Yep. You blast away the ceiling layer over that cage. Inside... number 2 before that last one. So that would be... there we go. Inside you find a glass bottle, and inside it there is a you wouldn't call it ruined, but you'd deem it barely seaworthy ship in a bottle.
Huh. Interesting. How big is it?
The bottle is about a foot. The ship is maybe 7 inches long. It has tattered sails, it has splintered boards all over. Most of the ropes are frayed if hanging in the right place at all. And the bottle is corked.
Uncork it.
That might be a bad idea.
I'm certain it is.
It has it has transmutation and necromancy auras on it.
Alright, let's throw some knowledge arcana at it. In general. That's a 2. Hmm.
Yeah, Alia is able to determine that this is... It will definitely come out of the bottle if you... Well, she doesn't know if you have to uncork the bottle or smash the bottle, but this ship is definitely made to turn into a ship when it comes out of the bottle, but she has no idea what the properties of the ship might be after that. Aishlin will...
It'll more than fill this hallway and crush us, so let's open it.
Aishlin, on the other hand, is able to deftly work through the work through the analyses of the aura that you two only just barely scratched the surface of, and is able to tell you that the ship that would come out would have a lot of different spells already attached to it. She's betting it could sail itself, and it seems to have a lot of it would have a lot of different protective spells on it as well.
Well, do we need a boat?
We already have the airship.
So this is not useful for us.
Not unless it spell jams.
Probably not. Then I have to do something before I can cast my last disintegrate. And what I have to do is attempt to siphon points from the blade.
I'm going to poke the pillar with my new key.
Not a bad idea.
The absence of a lock on the pillar fails to yield to your key.
Get in there, you stupid key.
And the break DC of this door is far too high.
Okay, so I have to make a will save to attempt to siphon points from the blade into me.
Okay.
And that succeeds. I need it to beat a 24. So now I will siphon away 4 points from the black blade to give me 2 points.
Okay.
And then I will use those 2 points in combination with the 1 I had left to recall Disintegrate again.
Wunderbar.
So now I just need to get rid of all these. And cast Disintegrate at this.
Alrighty. Attack roll. After you spend those, yeah.
I'll just go ahead and get the attack roll now since I'll take a little bit. Attack roll, and spell resistance. That's not good.
You blast away the barrier, and then it begins healing back over as though being reconstructed continuously. It
Fun.
just heals itself again momentarily.
Well, that's all my Disintegrates. Unless someone has another Pearl of Power for 6th level kicking around.
Nope. You know, it's possible there's an open command in that book.
I suppose it's possible. I'm not sure I want to risk it.
Well, there was a command that made the whole place clean itself.
That might have just been a response to the burglar alarm. You sound tired.
Uh-huh.
Actually, something to test. We don't need that ship in the bottle, but Amesua should go and try and pick it up and see if she gets any feelings of she shouldn't do that.
Okay. I'm going to do that.
She reaches out for it, holds there a moment, wraps out, lifts the bottle. It seems safe.
Okay, so Alia's new key of perfection there is not counted as one of them. Good.
Apparently that artifact just makes other artifacts.
That's a useful thing. So we've got that. We can always go and get the book if we really want it. There's a ship in the bottle. Got the amulet that heals and gives flying and all sorts of other nice things. Got the Sphere of Annihilation. Got the Rod of Ages. There's a fair amount of stuff in here. We can always take the Magpie with us.
Out of everything in here so far, I'm still thinking the Rod of Ages is the best.
Yeah, it seems like the most immediately useful. Hmm. Hey, what alignment is Varg?
Varg is, if I remember right, chaotic neutral.
Hmm.
And I can only presume Chris is eating or something.
So basically, anyone except Alia can use the Magpie. We know that in character, but
Sorry, what's that?
I'm just looking at items.
You believe you know what the magpie is?
Out of character, yes.
Yes.
Oh, what is it out of character?
The Weird Queen's Magpie. Which it does require you to be neutral to use it.
Well, I like the Scepter of Ages just because it opens up more stuff for us to do.
Yeah. There's plenty of things that can be done with that.
If I had the Scepter of Ages, I could save my mother and bring a more decisive end to the war 10 years ago.
No telling how that will mess with time, but yes.
Yes. I should think, though, it's pretty obvious that of the items you have seen, that the shining like a sun egg and that gigantic
Back.
tome at the south end are probably the most powerful things. You're just not certain about the use of the latter two.
Well, I do wonder what would happen if we...
What happened?
Oh, we've just been discussing items here.
Yeah.
I vote on the egg personally.
I was just mentioning that it should be fairly obvious that the most powerful things you guys have seen are the Rod of Ages, that glowing like the sun egg, and that tome that almost crushed Alia at the end of the corridor.
Though I do wonder what would happen if we threw the Sphere of Annihilation at one of them.
You'd eat everything inside up to the artifact and possibly
we're
destroy us all.
stupid.
What?
Because at least one of us is smart enough to use the Sphere of Annihilation, and we can use it to open all these boxes.
We are stupid.
We are kind of stupid, but I don't think it'd work like that. It sounds dangerous.
Yeah,
You want to do it, that's fine. I'm just going to be outside the room when you do it.
it works exactly like that.
I can auto-pass the check. I have a feeling Asian might be able to, too.
So we'll just concentrate on
As long as no one is fighting for control of it at the same time, there shouldn't be a problem.
So sort of like Plessy in Mario 3D World.
So, okay, where's the Sphere of Annihilation?
Yeah, we can use that. We can move that around to take chunks out of the thing so we can get into them.
delicate work. I will leave you to it. Or will just be over here staring at Reginald
All the way
being
up there.
deaf.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a DC 30 with D20 plus intelligent,
Yes.
plus character
All
level
right.
plus intelligence. Yeah. Either of us can auto pass that.
Don't know what happens if you fail it. If you get a 1. Let's see, it's the control check fails, it slides 10 feet in the direction of the character attempting to move it.
Yeah, but you can't crit fail a check like that.
You know?
No, they're like skill checks.
I'm gonna stay 10 feet away from it anyway, because I don't wanna, that'll work. Okay, so it's a move action to do it. Alright, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it'll take us a few minutes to open them all, but we can just swing it along one side and open all of them up.
Okay, so control of a sphere can be established from as far away as 40 feet. Once it's been established, you can control the sphere from a distance of 40 feet plus 10 feet per character level. So
Nice.
240 feet at this point.
Just be
Spears-
careful you don't actually absorb whatever's on the inside.
Yes.
But if you need to test it to see if it actually works, do it on the Blackbird's cage or the Mockingbird, sorry. You just go to the Mockingbird one and just sort of test it.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's covered by the slabs we need to get.
No, it's not. Damn.
Yeah, all the ones we've looked at are just out in the open.
Weird. Alright.
Okay, so. You don't we roll in the check? Try and move this.
Yes.
Okay. So then it is D20 plus character level plus intelligence modifier. So D20 plus 32.
Let's see here. Do I have anything appropriate? Oh, I do. Nearly appropriate.
I wonder how many people have ever used a Sphere of Annihilation for safe cracking.
All of 3, all of which died to the fucking sphere.
Oh, come on, stop trying to copy it to one of the other computers on my network and just... One moment. While dragging it from Explorer to Map Tool, I dragged it over a network folder, so it's polling to see if it can find that computer, which
Hmm.
you know is shut down right now, so just give it a few seconds before, and it'll fail. There we go. Alrighty. You grasp control of the sphere.
I suppose we'll. It's the ones just below that are covered. Yes.
Starting there, yes, with these two.
Okay. Then let's move the sphere down until it hits the covering.
Let's see here. 10 feet plus 5 for each 5 points by which the character's control check exceeded 30.
So
10 plus, in this case, 15.
and now I have to make the control check again.
You take a few breaths.
Same exact roll. Okay.
You know, if he's conceding that this is doable and you can't screw it up, we can just take the average of what your rolls are going to be and figure out how long it'll take you to open everything.
No. So, Icorial, you direct the sphere to move, and it takes some finesse to make it move accurately. So, let's see here. I mean, make it move to any given 5 by 5 foot square. That's easy enough, but make it move
Within that
to a...
5x5, yeah.
Beg pardon?
Moving within that 5x5 is a little more.
I'm just trying to think what would be appropriate. I mean, int is covered, but int is, just establishing mental superiority over the sphere.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Trying to figure out what I would roll to move it how I want it to when it's not just moving from square to square.
Give me your choice of a dex or charisma check.
Yeah, charisma is what you use to influence the world, so I'd say charisma.
They're the same roll for me, so.
Okay, well, we'll say charisma because that makes more sense to me because you're like influencing the universe around you. That's how sorcerers work.
The problem is, this is the roll. Oh, okay.
I'll accept that.
You drift the sphere finely through the barrier around this, and let's see here. Inside you see what appears to be a small human's severed hand.
Lovely. Does anyone want to touch the severed hand? Well, now you probably should.
Yeah, I have to go. I have to work in an hour. I need to eat.
Alrighty. We shall finish this muckery next time.
I get to play with the most dangerous artifact ever. Yay!
Keep it away from me.
I'll make
This
it
is
orbit your head. It's your
I
own.
realize this is like your dream. This is like a Coriel's fear.
Yes, it is.
I am
Great.
playing with the fabric of the universe. Behold me.
I could destroy anything I wanted to.
Just remember,
Hey, Reginald, come here and hold your hands.
if it's larger than your head, do not consume it.